Good afternoon, Ryan Willard here. I hope you're well. I am the host of the Business of Architecture UK, and I'm also director of TTHS Architects. And I'm still in Nashville at the moment. This is probably going to be my last posting from Nashville. What a trip this has been. This hotel, I'm in the Dream Hotel at the moment, is absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got a few hours here and I'm going to be checking out very shortly. But before I do that, I just wanted to kind of get some of my thoughts out into the world about what I've been experiencing over the last few days from the Funnel Hacking Live Digital Marketing Conference. And just some of these ideas, just from being watching and being part of these conversations and speaking to all these incredible entrepreneurs who have scaled businesses so rapidly. I'm just kind of digesting some of the stories and really trying to capture them and explain them, and also model them for myself, because it's very, very powerful stuff. And one idea that I've been hearing, Eben Pagan's spoken about it before, who's a great digital marketer, is the idea of the emergent strategy. Now, the emergent strategy is a plan or the results or the actual thing that the business does is not always clearly defined from the outset. And some of the most successful digital businesses and your regular bricks and mortar type of companies as well are as a result of providing a service or a product to solve a very specific problem. They are providing a solution to a specific problem in the marketplace. Now, businesses will fail when they do not do this, or they are not communicating effectively that they are solving a problem. This is one of the sort of major issues with all sorts of marketing, is if you are not communicating the problem that you are solving, you will go out of business because it doesn't mean anything to anybody. And the emergent strategy is the plan that often the results, or what the business actually does to serve and create solutions, happens kind of organically and almost a little bit accidentally. However, that said, it needs clear focus and direction in order to be going somewhere, and also requires the entrepreneurs and the business people who are operating the organizations to be aware enough to be able to receive feedback and be listening to the marketplace for where these problems are. So I'll give you an example, because that's quite theoretical. So as an example of this, I'll use Eben Pagan's business. I remember him telling the story of how his first business was selling relationship and dating advice to men. And he was doing it as a purely digital product, and it was very successful, and he was able to sell it online. And as they began to scale the business, they became more innovative with their marketing, and they devised they were getting really, really excellent results through email marketing. So they actually needed to have more systems in place to be able to respond better, to be able to have longer coordinated campaigns, and be able to communicate en masse with more people. And in the process of doing that, he started working with somebody who was quite technologically thoughtful, and they developed some software that created this email response system or email automation systems. And that piece of software in itself then became another product to sell, which could then be used for other businesses. And that's a kind of a good example, and that became a very hugely successful thing in its own right. And also there's consulting that can go along with that. Again, it's kind of similar to what I was talking about yesterday about this kind of idea of the meta businesses. But there are often things that you refine in your own businesses, or problems that you're solving for yourself, which can actually become incredibly valuable for other people. And it's about being aware of what those opportunities might be. The famous story of 3M and Post-it notes is another fantastic example, where one of the engineers or the chemical engineers at 3M was trying to develop a very powerful type of glue, perhaps a glue that could be used in industry, the glues that they use to bond airplane wings, that kind of crazy strength glue he was looking to develop. And one of the products that he, in the experiments and the testings, one of the products that he ended up developing was a glue that was the complete opposite of that. It was a total failure in the sense that it wasn't getting the plan that he wanted. However, he noticed that this particular kind of glue that he made was very simple. It was a low kind of sticky substance, and it could be used again and again. And he actually thought, well, what if we could use it for, sticking notes temporarily onto things? And that was the birth of the Post-it note. And again, that is a really good example of an emergent strategy of how a business idea has come from solving a very specific solution through perhaps a plan that was in a different direction.